How to make time blocking not just a cost savings tool, but also a revenue tool. Because cost saving tools help you waste less time, reduce rework, and keeps actual cash inside your bank account still ready to be used at your disposal. Cost saving basically plugs up any leaks in your bucket. And revenue tools are what add the water to your bucket, or chocolate syrup, or homemade caramel sauce, whatever liquid you prefer. And both of those, cost savings and revenue, those are going to increase your chance of not having your revenue tied to constant pressure. It's going to protect your best thinking during the workday, and it's going to give you the highest likelihood that your workday has an actual end. Man, to me, that sounds a lot like freedom, which is the whole point of this 6-video series called Time Blocking If You Want Your Life Back. Time blocking is where you divide your day into specific time slots and assign each block a job. As Cal Newport calls it, giving every minute of the day a job. Time blocking works because it gives you the freedom you hoped for, but has felt elusive up until this point. Look, all small business owners have chaos that surrounds them almost constantly. The successful ones figure out how to focus. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about the very limited version of just more money and status for the ego. That type of success that hustle culture is talking about and pushes. I'm talking about the success that doesn't sacrifice your happiness on the altar of productivity. The success that elevates every part of your life, including your relationships and the love you have in your heart. The full version of success. Time blocking, following the 3.3 rule makes that happen. If you want to learn more about the 3.3 rule, check out my book. Hey, look, it totally serves me when you buy it, but I did spend years of my life writing it because it will serve you too. Anyway, so we need to unshackle ourselves from the constant demands of work that currently keep most constantly plugged into work. Time blocking helps do all of that. And one of the specific benefits of time blocking is it gives you uninterrupted blocks to focus on revenue. You don't want to try and squeeze revenue work in between emails or team interruptions. And you really don't want to wait until the end of the day to get to something so critical. By time blocking the revenue activities into your schedule, you give yourself dedicated time to think fully and completely about sales, strategy, business development, marketing. Time blocking doesn't just support your revenue activities, it also saves you on costs. First, being reactive costs you money. And when your day is driven by interruptions, you're letting urgency outrank importance. You end up spending time on the loud, squeaky wheels instead of what's valuable. Second, lack of prioritizing costs you money. We talked about this in video 3. If you don't decide what's important versus what just feels urgent, you're going to stay busy without moving the needle. Third, context switching costs you money. Every time you bounce between tasks, your brain pays a tax. And if you know anything about me and my accounting firm, our theme of the IRS sucks, you know I hate paying taxes. Fourth, not scheduling recovery costs you money. And this is what video 2 was about. When you're tired, you don't make good decisions. You don't do your best work. And you don't restore your energy, so when you get home, you got no gas left in the tank. This will inevitably affect your revenue. This is why I keep saying productivity is just the mechanism, but control is the payoff. When you time block correctly, control at work leads to consciously choosing to have life after work and having the energy to actually enjoy it. This is why people who want success to show up in their personal lives time block, following the 3.3 rule. If you've watched this whole series, I want to hear from you. Email me, john@33rule.com, and I'm going to send you a gift. Remember, working better only matters if it leads to better results and a better life. It was always about getting your life back. This concludes my time blocking series. Here's to having life after work.